Hey everyone, welcome to Mirrorless Monday, right here on the Eat Sleep List YouTube channel. My name is Matt Johnson, your host, and today I want to talk with you about the concept of time. How do we utilize our time? Do we make the most of every single minute of every single day? And what would we do if we had access to more time? Let's make a list. All right, everybody. I'm legitimately coming off of the best week that I've had in a very, very long time. All right, at the very least, since I've started this podcast. All right, there is no whiny mirrorless Monday for me. All right, I'm full of like good energy. You can see I'm like glistening. I'm very shiny, reflective. There's some redness, I'm sure, when I wake up tomorrow morning, covered in sunburns, and I don't even mind. Like, I don't care. It's a trophy of a week well lived, and that is what I had over the last 7 days. Well, actually, technically 9. Yeah, technically 9 days, something like that. Who's counting math? Anyways, so every week for 4th of July weekend, which I am recording at the very tail end of, we get a week. The whole week off. It's a plant shutdown. They take away our vacation time, and we choose to go. And I look forward to it every single year because I value my time away from work. I'm a great worker. I don't say that arrogantly. I say that confidently, that I'm a hard worker. I do my job. So when I get time away opportunities, I happily accept them. And it was just nice. So Friday was our last day. And because I didn't have to work on Saturday, I got to stay up late and record with my boys, Brian, Nathan, and Eric, for Crafting and Drafting. Please go follow their show. We did a Dream Jobs draft, which was actually kind of cool because it played off of a video topic we did a couple weeks ago on here. So that was Friday. Saturday morning, all right, my chance to sleep in. Naturally, I'm laying there with my kid. He's kicking me in the back at 5:15 in the morning. So I said, you know what? I'm up. It is what it is. I'm excited to get this vacation started the right way, and we're going to go for a walk. Got him all dressed. We went down to the falls. Got to see his reaction being around Niagara Falls for the first time, and it was great. 6 a.m., man, nobody was down there. Not a single soul. We got to walk up to every single access point that we wanted to, Terrapin Point, Three Sisters Island, all that stuff. Got to be right there for the mist from the American Falls, and it felt great. And we had a really nice Saturday morning, and he passed right out. Sunday was blah. Monday, my wife went to her mom's club. They had a picnic that they want to start doing every single year. They go to this beach park in Grand Island called Beaver Island. And so I dropped them off. Her and my son went and did the mom's club thing. I went off on my own, and I stood on a beach, the Beaver Island State Park beach, which is awesome. It was really cool to just be there on my own. I found a spot way far away from everybody. First, I sat there and read. I haven't had time to read in a very, very long time. And I laid on the beach, toes in the sand, and just read. And it was great. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I want to go in the water a little bit. And I did until the lifeguard got mad. Some long story. I was in an area that I wasn't supposed to be in. Yada, yada, yada. But after that, I went and explored. I went on a little journey. I walked, and it was great. 3 hours to myself. And that was solid. Tuesday, I got to, you're going to hear a lot about me today. I promise you there's a purpose and point to all of this. Tuesday, I took my son bright and early. We left around 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. to go to Forest Lawn Cemetery, a place that I mentioned, as well on my places to relax or relaxing places list. I forget how I worded it. And we walked. We did like an hour and a half. We got to see some cool, places, headstones, tombs, locations in the cemetery that I've seen countless amounts of times. But it was always a fun time to be able to do that. So we did that. Wednesday had a nice, easy, what What did we do Wednesday? Oh, duh. I hung out with my cousin Hannah and her daughter Holly, and we went to walked around Lewiston, played in the library, and went to the water park, the splash pad, and watched my son have fun interacting with his one of his few cousins. And then at nighttime, a little early afternoon, me and my brother went and did the Whirlpool jet tours, which is awesome. Anybody should, if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go seek it out. It is a thrill of a lifetime, and I had so much fun. Sat front row, getting blasted down in the gorge with just water, waves, and just it was so cool and refreshing too at that. Thursday was pretty laid back, but I did have a nice opportunity to go out to breakfast with my friend and mentor, Rich Moranto, who runs this wonderful studio that I'm recording out of. We had a great breakfast down in Lewiston, and later in the evening, me, the wife, and the kid grabbed some dinner and went and had a picnic over by the water, and it was great. It was that reel it in, kind of pull it back level of fun that I've been looking forward to. I just want to do stuff. All right. Friday was the 4th of July, my favorite holiday. Celebrated it for the few hours that I was able to. I also got to watch the Patriot Extended Edition. I did it twice. I did it the night before and the morning of. I just love that film, and it gets me in the 4th of July spirit. Saturday, I went to go see Old Fort Niagara. I went to go see the French and Indian War reenactment with my kid, and he did great, and we got to tour, and again, another place that I mentioned is a very peaceful place for me to be, and it was an experience at Fort Niagara that I never got to see before. And then today was mostly pretty chill. So what I really didn't think much about anything, like at all. Like even like planning this show, I don't think I started planning today's episode until Friday. Well, again, I'm recording on a Sunday. I was supposed to do it Saturday night. We changed plans, but I started planning my recording on Friday. And what this week did, what the point of this is, it opened my eyes to how I'm living life. I felt like I finally got to practice what I preach on this show and go out and do some stuff and things. There was a perfect balance of me living life and finding relaxation. There was plenty of balance between me finding joy and doing stuff that I wanted to do, as well as doing stuff that what other people wanted to do. And it worked out pretty dang well. But it really got me thinking that I've been caught, and granted, I was only able to really do this the way that I did because I had a week off of work, but it also made me appreciate like I got a taste of it again. I got a taste of freedom and doing it, pun intended, apparently, with the 4th of July holiday, but I got a taste of doing what I want to do in my free time. All right. I cast aside everything that I felt like I had to do and did stuff that I wanted to do. Yes, obligations, washing dishes, kind of maintaining the house, even though it feels like a losing battle most days, if not all. But I just did what I wanted to do. And spiritually, I feel absolutely refreshed. I feel like a different human being. I feel like rejuvenated, ready to go back. Like I'm sad to go back to work, but like I feel like I got most, if not everything that I wanted to do, and got to go do it. And it was great. For mentally, fantastic. Physically, it was great to breathe in the fresh air, get some nice exercise, and spiritually just be out with my son and make memories and do stuff. All right, but it's put a spotlight for me. It's put a spotlight on how I utilize my free time. All right, relaxing is ever important. We've just talked about this. There's also there's a balance of relaxing and doing. Like I feel like relaxing too much is not good. It can make you sedentary, and instill all sorts of rough, bad habits, right? Like overeating. You're just around the house, kind of laying around on the couch. Sometimes it's necessary, but a little too much is detrimental. And I went to a lot of places that I found peace in, and I think that's the plus side of this. But it really spotlighted how I'm utilizing my free time. All right, every day I come home from work and I shower, and I run right and start cleaning something. All right. And obviously, ethically, I should, because I wish my home could be a place of peace for me. Unfortunately, it is not. It is constant chaos. And the house being the way it is part of that mess. But also, too, like finding that balance. Finding that balance. All right, sure. Let's clean up one day, and the next day, let's go do something. Let's go find somewhere to go eat outside. Let's go take a walk somewhere, especially summertime here in Western New York, where we only get really 3, maybe 4 months if we're lucky, of consistently good weather. So that's why I wanted to focus this video on today. I took a life experience that I had this week, and I wanted to be reflective of it. And I wanted to discuss how we are all utilizing our free time. Are we spending it wisely? Are we spending it living a life that we can look forward to telling somebody about someday? All right, telling our kids or telling a friend, hey, this is how I did went on my vacation. This is how I spent my vacation time, my week away from this place, is doing all this stuff. Like, I'm glad, like, I get to go in Monday, and normally everyone's like, hey, how's your weekend? And I'm usually just like bushed. I'm tired. I'm something that I didn't want to go to, I ended up having to go to, and it stinks. But now I'm excited because Monday, tomorrow morning, when everybody asks me, hey, how was your vacation? I get to say, well, hey, we did all this. I did so much stuff, and like I feel great. And just I recognize the mentality. I recognize the euphemism, but a positive feeling. I recognize the positive feeling in my brain and what it did to me. And now I'm addicted. Now I want to go on adventures a couple times a week, whether it's for a couple hours here and there, or doing something on a weekend, making the most of a Saturday or Sunday, instead of just laying around and being sedentary. Eye-opening. And I hope that by the end of this video, we all start to look and actually examine what we are doing with our lives. All right, lessons from the list. I've talked about this specific lesson in previous entries, video entries that we've done before, but it needs reiteration for those who have heard it and introduction for those who have not heard it. But time is constantly escaping us. It is something you cannot get back. No matter how hard you try, there is absolutely no way to get time back. Every single second, minute, hour, day, month, all of that is more valuable than you could possibly ever imagine. All right, it's worth more than any materialistic possession that you have. It is worth more than any amount of money that you can have. I guess it's kind of materialistic, so it's a little bit of a redundant statement, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. We have to make the most of it, at least if you so choose. I don't want to get to old age and look back and say, man, I wish that instead of playing video games for hours upon hours, or doom scrolling on a social media app, okay, that I had done something productive. I had learned to do something, or I made a memory, something that I can look back to and tell people someday. I wish, I don't want to get to that point. And that was the thrill of this week, is that I did a lot. I did so much. I'm so fatigued and tired in the best way possible right now. You have no idea how excited I am. Utilize your time wisely. All right. And I think another aspect of it, this too, is to find balance in how you use your time. There's the work-life balance. All right. That's, you're 40 hours a week, plus if you work overtime, try and match that to doing you time stuff. This is something that I realized this week. Yes, I work. I'm going to start taking a little bit more overtime just to help ease the financial situation a little bit. But prior to this, 48 hours a week I was working, and then I'd come home every day and I go right to work on stuff in the house, cleaning dishes, doing laundry, mowing the lawn, amongst other things. Okay, not leaving myself me time. which has been part of probably some of my social issues as of lately. I'm on somebody else's clock all of the time. I recognize this with social events too. All right, if I'm spending time with people who are closely affiliated with my wife, all right, and I don't necessarily like all of them. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of things that I can be doing that are more productive than spending time with some of these individuals. If I'm spending all of my social time with them and not much or not at all with people who I enjoy spending time with, including my friends and family, then there's no balance. And this is why I go to events sometimes and I'm absolutely miserable, because I want to be with my friends and family. I want to spend quality time with people who I enjoy spending time with. And that's part of my imbalance. It's part of my issues, my frustration, my anger. It sounds harsh, but this is the truth. And if I'm not being truthful with you all, I'm lying to myself and doing this entire concept of the show a disservice. But it's finding balance in life. It's so critically important to find balance. You have to. You cannot feel like you're taking more than you're giving, and you also, like, if you feel like you're giving more than you take, morally it's great, but it can be a drag on you spiritually. But find peace. Find peace with your time. Find peace and the ability. Find the time to make peace with yourself, with your environment. Just be at peace with yourself mentally. Give yourself a chance to calm down. All right, give yourself a chance to relax a little bit. Find growth. Find time to grow. Learn new skills. Become a better person. Be open and honest with yourself about what you seek in life, what you want to do, what you want to look back and say that you did someday. You need to find that growth and find yourself. Most importantly, these are to me, these are the four pillars. If I'm going to get all fancy talk, all right, these are the four pillars of utilizing time wisely. Find balance, find peace, find growth, and find yourself. All right, if you're watching this and can do that with your free time, then you're winning. All right, you are making the most out of these videos and what I'm trying to preach to each and every single one of you, what I'm trying to get you all to do. All right, obviously I can't make you do stuff and things, but I don't just do these videos for my own sake. I do it to use my personal experiences to try and get through and maybe help one person at the very least. To do better in life. And I have had people reach out to me and tell me that I'm doing that. So I thank you for those who message it. But make time for what you want to do in life. That is my final lesson from the list, is make time to do what you want in life. If you are on somebody else's time all of the time, if you are getting dragged around, all right, whether it be holidays or any single day, if you are you're just like a puppy on a leash getting dragged around from place to place, that's not a great life either. It's really not great. It's something that you're gonna live to regret. I regret a lot of that in my life, and I hope that I have at least another 34 more years to go. Okay? Live your life. All right, everybody. As I always state, please feel free to comment anything that pertains to this specific topic or any video topics that we do. Okay, if you want to comment 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 things that you would like to do with your free time going forward, feel free to. If you don't want to comment them, think about it. Put it in perspective. I really, truly believe that this might be one of the better Mirrorless Monday videos that I've done in a while, at least as far as what the messaging is. Maybe not the content, how great the content is. I think I've done an all right job so far, but I think for us to be reflective, I think this is critically important to a lot of people's mental health. Because either A, you are going to start utilizing your free time a lot more wisely, or B, you're going to make time for yourself. Stop making excuses to not do the things that you want to do, and give yourself more free time to be had. I cannot stress that enough. But all right, here we go. My top 10 things that I would utilize with more free time. I got to find a way to narrow that down for the title. Well, by the time you see this, you'll have already seen the title, so we'll be all right. There we go. My number 10. I would give this YouTube channel some proper TLC. I think I do a pretty good job being steady with it. Like I do post pretty frequently. We're doing the presidential poll tournaments now, and by the time this episode drops, we'll be into our third round. Yeah, I think it'll be our third round. We'll be starting the third round today. I don't know what it looks like yet because the second round hasn't even started yet at time of recording. But I would give this YouTube channel a little bit more proper TLC. I would take time to make better shorts. All right, I do a lot of interactive content. If you're part of the channel, you see that. But I would probably put myself out there a little bit more. Use some clips from the show. It can be very, very time consuming, but I want this YouTube channel to really get out there. I just started following a YouTube channel that my brother sent me, and it's really, really good. The guy talks about life stuff, kind of like what we do here. It's a lot more free form, and he does it. I'm sorry that I don't have the name of this channel, but he does it with Grand Theft Auto, like car driving videos over it. And he's just talking, and it's really relaxing, and it's been enlightening for me as far as how I'm going about my channel. But it's great, and he gets thousands of views. And would I love to have that on this channel? Absolutely would, but I got to earn it. And obviously something's off. My stuff isn't getting out, so I need to figure out a way to do that, or my content's just not up to snuff. And I understand that fully too. But if I had more free time to do so, I would definitely make the most of it, and I would make this YouTube channel as the best possible version of itself that it can be. But I do thank those who come by, interact, comment, subscribe, and just view. I literally can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I'm trying my best. I know I could do so much better, but I'm trying my best. So thank you. Number 9. I started to do this a couple years ago, and then again, I ran out of time, but I want to learn how to play the guitar, make music. I love music. We've done a couple music episodes, and we actually might be due for, we just did video game soundtracks not too long ago, so it doesn't really matter when I do certain specific themes, but or topic ideas, but like I want to learn to play an instrument, and you could do piano, you just all sorts of wind instruments, but there's something about the guitar that just stands out to me. I love that you can make a nice acoustic version of every single song that's out there. And if you really properly learn how to play, you can just do amazing things. I think people like listening to the guitar. I had like a cheap one, cheap like acoustic guitar. I bought it a couple years ago, and I started to. I was trying to do lessons, and I wanted to learn how to do it. And it started off good, but things got in the way. My dad used to play the guitar when he was a kid. He has a sweet, I think my brother has it, but a sweet electric guitar. It needs restringing and stuff, but he had one or two of those things, and they were not cheap at all. But it was just cool that, my grandfather used to play in a band too, so I'm sure that played some influence in his music liking. But I think it'd be a fun skill to learn, to have, all right? Because with more time, I think many people would choose to learn something new. Whether it could be to cook, which is something that I certainly weighed having, but I could do all right. I'm not great, but I'm all right at it, and I can learn how to go. But if I hit, guitar takes time, especially when you're first coming into it. So I would absolutely love to learn how to play the guitar, and hopefully I get that opportunity someday. Number 8. I talked about writing a book before, and I think if I had more free time, I could focus in on it and put blocks of my day devoted into writing a book, whether it's a children's book that I've talked about doing on and off, writing a novel, all right, learning how to flow a book together properly, or whether doing the self-help Eat, Sleep, List book that I've been pondering for years, that I almost did instead of this show. It's just something that I want to do. I think I have a lot to say. I think when I'm structured and organized, I can tell a really good story. All right, and writing a book is definitely on my checklist of things that I want to do someday. And if I had more free time to do it, I think I could get going on it. I think I could. So yeah, if I had more free time, I'd learn and actually publish a book. Number 7. I haven't had a chance to do this in a couple years. Man, it pisses me off. But I'd love to go spend time on my kayak. All right. I got my first kayak a couple years ago, 2023, and I was fit. I was great. I was out in the water every weekend, sometimes twice a weekend, just going in and exploring. And I love the water. I've talked about that plenty. I love being out on the water. I love adventuring. And I miss being on my kayak. It's just a cool, I don't know, getting to explore areas that I've never been able to experience before because I had no access to a boat or boat-like structure. So I would love to go, if I had more free time, make the most, go back out of my kayak and get things done. So yeah, number 7, spend time on a kayak. Number 6, I did a few of these this week. Old Fort Niagara, Forest Lawn Cemetery, especially with some of the headstones that we visited. But I would visit historical locations, more of those, because there's a lot around here. There is so much to see in the Western New York area, and there's a lot that I would venture to go see that are just outside of this. I'm talking with the President's episode a couple weeks ago how I'd love to make a trip to Oyster Bay and go visit Teddy Roosevelt's gravesite. To go see that. I think we've done, last year we did the Teddy Roosevelt Inauguration House, which is a really cool thing to do. And there's a lot of different historical sites, museums. I want to do the Millard Fillmore House around here. Go see where the place where William McKinley got shot, other places like that. But go visit historical locations because it excites me. I feel like so close to history when I get to do those things. Like all these important and awesome people that I've read about for years, read about in books on my own personal time, read about in social studies books, heard about through podcasts and other videos and other documentary stuff that I've consumed. Go in and be a part of that. Like I feel so giddy with excitement. You should have seen me last year at the Teddy Roosevelt Inauguration House. Me and my buddy Brian love Teddy, and we couldn't believe that we were in a room that he was standing at years ago and sworn in as President of the United States. Could not believe it. It was awesome. So visit more historical locations. Brush up on my history and just be in touch with history on a personal level. Number 5, I definitely, I think everybody says this. If you had more time, you'd go and spend time working on yourself, going to work out. I wish I had more time to go work out. I do. I really do. Again, I'm always on somebody else's time, it certainly seems like. And while my health should be a priority, and this is something that I'm severely lacking, I wish I can go in there and not feel like part of the problem for me when it comes to working out is that I always feel rushed. I'm always, and this is a me thing, this is me and my problem, but I am always on to the next thing. Like I'm always looking ahead. I'm never living in the moment. So if I go to the gym, what can I do? Like it's bothering me that I have to go somewhere in a couple hours. And so it affects the way I work out. I might try to cut corners a little bit so I can fill something else in. And this is a bit of an anxiety problem, I think. Self-diagnosed, of course. But I would definitely take a better care of my body. Go work out. Go pick up a recreational sport or something. Go wrestle or whatever. But I would definitely, if I had more time, take bigger steps into taking care of myself. So that's my number 5. Number 4, to have more meals with friends. I touched on how I went to breakfast with Moranto on Thursday morning, and it was cool. It was so cool that I got to do that. Years ago when I was working a lot and I had a lot of money saved up and ready to go, I would go take like one-on-one meals, and I just want to go and be with my friends. I'd go once or twice a week, and just go and catch up. And there was something so like intimate about having a one-on-one meal with friends. Like if you had a third and fourth person into a meal, unless it's like a really core group of friends that has been doing this for a while, it can come off awkward. So I like those one-on-one occasions where me and the person that I'm with can just talk and converse and have meaningful, strong conversations. So I wish I had more time to do that. I wish I had more money to do that. That's part of my issue, of course, too. But there's a great give and take. My friends take care of me. I've taken care of my friends, and I'm very, very proud of that fact. But I would love to spend more time eating with friends, because there's nothing like bonding over some great food. It's the best. It really is. Number 3, I'd get back into photography as a hobby a little more. Maybe when my kid gets a little bit older and is either a little bit more self-dependent or wants to get a camera of his own, we can go out and do photography adventures. But I do miss my photography adventures. I do. I miss going out and sitting by a waterfall all day and just trying to get the best possible picture that I can of it. I miss going to walk through like downtown Buffalo or downtown Rochester, or even just over on the Clifton Hill on the other side of the border, and just taking my camera along and having a day, finding cool stuff to take pictures of and showing it off to the world. I miss that. And that's something that I just can't seem to find the time to do. Of course, I could make the time, but I'm always so busy. Dad mode, 24/7, and I hope, and I'm making excuses for myself, I guess, but I really hope that I can find the time to do that, because there's few things more freeing for myself than being out there with a camera and finding something that you recognize as beautiful and capturing it. All right, something cool, and capturing it in a photograph. It's peace. It's peace. It's meditation for me, and I hope we can get back to that soon. I hope I can get back to that soon. Number 2 is to read in nature. I got to do this a little bit on Monday, as I stated, on the beach of Beaver Island. And, I'd love to have more time to just read in general. That would be solid. But to read in nature, it was like nice. Like you see people do it in like movies and TV shows, or sometimes people like to do it, and and they talk about it. But it is really good. If you go into a nice quiet area, you put your phone away, and you just listen to nature in the background. Right. In my case, this Monday, hearing waves crash on the beach. All right, was phenomenal. Wind blowing through the trees in the wooded area behind me was phenomenal. So read in nature, right? Just reading in general is a lot easier than going to a place and reading in nature. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, I would like to read in nature. So that's my number 2. And number 1 is go on more adventures with people that I love. All right, my wife, my son, my friends, my family, and go and do some stuff and things. I was jealous, but I had obligations. I was helping my cousin move, but I got to see that my mom, dad, and sister finally got to experience the Eternal Flame Trail, and it looked like they had a great time. And I'm very glad that they did. I love that place. I haven't had a chance to go down there in years, and if I wasn't helping my cousin move, I would have requested to join them. That is for sure. I would have invited myself. In fact, that was one of the few things that I did not get to do this week. It was one of the few things I did not get to do. But just spend quality time with people. All right, again, there's a convenience of just sitting around and watching TV or watching movies on a TV or whatever, but spending quality time with them, I like people that you care about, is precious. It's valuable. And again, someday when we all grow old, you think back about those times. You think back about that one time we went on an adventure to this place. All right, we went to go to this museum together. Those are stories. All right, nobody ever talks about, yeah, this one time I was over and watching TV, hanging out with my brother. Like, nobody talks about that stuff. Going out, having adventures, real life experiences. If I had more free time, I certainly would. So there it is, everybody. That is the list. We got through it. Hope you took away something from it. I know I certainly did. It was great to get this off my chest. It's very almost impromptu for me episode. Again, I thought barely anything about this YouTube channel, and especially what I was going to record for this upcoming week. Thought nothing about it this week. It was very freeing. It was very nice, but it also put me in a bit of a pickle as far as getting everything planned and ready to go. So thank you very much for all those who watch. I love and appreciate you. I genuinely mean that. All right, I really do. And I will talk to you on Friday. Don't forget to vote in real life and on our poll tournament. Most importantly, our poll tournament. Please vote. Keep this thing going. It's a lot of fun, and I want to do more poll voting tournaments on the YouTube page going forward. And obviously, it's not going to all be presidents. It's going to be a lot of different fun stuff. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. Take care. See you on Friday. And until next time, do you even list?